Hello everyone, it's Sugawara's Fist and welcome back to another video. First of all, thank you so much for 7k subscribers, y'all are really the best, like what the hell. In addition to that, this is the 7k special video featuring KageHina. I hope y'all enjoy this one and I'll post the second part next week. Love y'all. A red string AU wherein you have to give your soulmate something valuable that is yours to bind your souls together. After doing so, the string will then appear, meaning that this person is officially connected to you. Tobio. Yes, Papa? Make sure to take care of Mama and Oni-chan, okay? Okay, Papa. Also, when Grandpa wants to play volleyball with you, go play with him, okay? You love volleyball, right? Yes, Tobio loves volleyball. Good. Papa pulled out something out of his suitcase and gave it to me. I grabbed it, dumbfounded by the fact that it was the last gift that he'll ever give me. What is this, Papa? Papa's favorite hoodie. Why are you giving it to me? I'm too small, Papa. I remember hearing him chuckle while I tried to put on the sweater on my tiny body. You don't have to wear it yet, Tobio. You can hug this sweater when you miss Papa. Really? Like Teddy-sama? Yes, like Teddy-sama. Or you can put it on even though it's too big for you. Thanks, Papa. You're welcome, Tobio. I hugged the hoodie to my chest with a big smile on my lips. I grabbed my volleyball and the sweater and ran up to my room. I heard Papa saying goodbye and I also yelled goodbye back. I also heard him say, "See you next week, Tobio-kun, Papa will come back." He never did. It's been 10 years and Papa still hasn't come back. Kageyama's eyes immediately shoot open when he hears his alarm clock ringing beside him. He sat up from his bed and grabbed the clock and turned the alarm off. Instead of starting his morning routine, he just sat there, staring into space with one person in his mind. His father. Tobio was 6 years old when his father left. His mother never told him the reason why he left, so he just waited and waited, until he got sick of it, and eventually gave up on the thought of his dad coming back. He then glances at a particular gray-colored hoodie, hanging on a clothing rack in front of him. He stared at the piece of clothing for a long amount of time before flopping back to his bed. He's probably late already, but there's no morning practice today, so he couldn't care less. 5 minutes of almost drifting again into sleep, his phone started ringing, indicating a call. Kageyama angrily grabs his phone and answers the call. "Moshi Moshi, Kageyama. What do you want, dumbass?" Daiichi-san said in the group chat that there's morning practice today, and I know that you don't check the messages there, so what? There's practice. Kageyama springs up from his bed with his eyes wide open. You dumbass, why didn't you tell me? I'm telling you now. You better not cheat. I won't, that's why I'm waiting for you here. You're what? Kageyama, with his forehead heavily furrowed into a frown, waited for a response but got none. Hello. Oh hi. You okay? Yeah, I'm good, so hurry up, you stupid Kageyama. What did you say? The call ended and Kageyama threw his phone on his bed in anger and immediately stood up. He quickly went to the bathroom with a towel dangling on his shoulder, and took a quick bath. He sprinted through the whole house, while grabbing things, and 15 minutes later, he's ready to go. He grabs his sports bag and was about to storm out of his room when his gaze caught something in his right peripheral vision. He took a quick glance at the same gray hoodie. He contemplated for a while, but eventually left without it. He sprints down the stairs, ignoring his mom and sister who are looking at him with squinted eyes. Tobio, you're not going to eat? Yes, Ma, I'm running late for practice. How about breakfast? I'll just grab something on the way. Oi, here, grab some pork buns and milk from Yokai-sensei's store. Or something. Kageyama's ears perked up and ran to his sister. Miwa pulled out some bills from her pocket and handed it to Tobio. Thanks, Nasan. Kageyama bowed his head to his sister and ran out of the house. He started sprinting to the bus station where he and Hinata usually meet. It's not that they purposely meet each other there, it's just the place where they usually run into each other on the way to school. He ran and ran and ran until he saw a glimpse of an orange-haired boy waving vigorously at him. Kageyama slowly stops in his tracks and starts to catch his breath. He squatted a little while gasping for a lot of air. He stood up properly once again and stared at Hinata, who was looking at him with confusion and worry. Kageyama let out a deep breath and smirked at Hinata. The dark blue-haired boy started sprinting at an incredible speed, running past Hinata, who just realized that he just gave his opponent a head start. Hey, that's cheating. Hinata, with his game face on, started to sprint and run after Kageyama. It didn't take long for him to catch up, but Kageyama wasn't going to let him run past him that easily. The two ran up the hill until they reached the school. They were panting so hard at this point, and the students were also giving them stares. Their pace is starting to get slower as they try to run upstairs to the club room. They were almost crawling. Poor Asahi, who was about to enter the club room, saw the horrifying sight of Kageyama and Hinata with their war faces on while reaching for the door as if they were zombies. Are you two okay? Asahi screamed in panic, not knowing if he should help or just stare and be traumatized. He did the latter. Hinata, Kageyama. Asahi was just standing there, while the two boys were breathing excessively while crawling their hearts out. Asahi-san. The two said in unison in a really scratchy and scary tone which freaked the hell out of Asahi. Asahi slowly stepped back and stumbled onto the ground. Kageyama and Hinata finally flopped in front of the club room, and immediately after that, Nishinoya appears while whistling and hopping. He sees the sight of Kageyama and Hinata laying down on the floor, and Asahi with a scared face while looking at the two first years. Nishinoya laughed loudly and Asahi immediately looked at him and begged for help with his eyes. Good morning, Asahi-san. No, Noya, help me. Nishinoya just giggled at his soulmate and continued to walk towards them. Good morning, Noya-san. Morning, Noya-san. The two say as they try to stand up from the long run they just did. Wah, good morning to you two, Soyo and Kageyama. You two are really energetic, I like that. Thanks, Noya-san. Thank you. Nishinoya grinned and walked over to Asahi and pulled him up. They both went inside the club room with Asahi asking Nishinoya if they should help Kageyama and Hinata, and Nishinoya saying that they're still going to argue about who won the race, so it's going to take a while. The two finally walk inside the club room, leaving Kageyama and Hinata panting outside. I totally won that. Dream on, I won. I got here first. No, I got here first. No, I got here first. No, I got here first. I got here first, stupid Kageyama. You dumb ass, I got here first. You need to get your eyes checked because I got here first. Maybe you're the one who needs to get your eyes checked cause I clearly got here first. I got here first. I was the one who got here first. They both continued to yell and scream at each other until the club room door suddenly slammed open, revealing a very steaming angry Daichi-san. Kageyama and Hinata, who were both holding each other's collars, slowly panned their gazes to the side and they both immediately flinched in fear when they saw Daichi's furious face. If you two won't shut the hell up, just leave the school and never come back. Kageyama and Hinata both jumped in terror and surprise while Tanaka and Suga were just cackling behind Daichi. The two bowed at a 90 angle continuously while asking for forgiveness from Daichi, who had both of his arms crossed and was still pissed. That's when Suga walks over to Daichi and wraps his arm around his shoulder while slightly tiptoeing. Come on, Daichi, cut them some slack. Suga winked at the two first years and they both smiled at him with sparkling eyes. Daichi let out a big sigh and went back inside the club room, and Kageyama and Hinata also followed him inside while bowing continuously at Suga, who was smiling at the both of them. Everyone was there except for the other first and second years. Kageyama and Hinata walked over to their locker and started changing their clothes while talking about random things. "Where's your bike?" "It broke while I was trying to teach Natsu yesterday, so it's in my grandpa's right now." "Oh, cool." It was quiet once again and they just continued to dress themselves into proper gym clothes until Hinata heard a purr-like sound. Hinata looked around and his eyes landed on Kageyama, who was frowning and holding his stomach. Hinata started to giggle and Kageyama just looked at him with confused eyes. "Kageyama-kun, did you eat breakfast?" Yeah. Kageyama's stomach once again growled in hunger, earning a laugh from almost everyone in the room. Kageyama blushed, and Hinata's very sure that he found that cute. "Oi Kageyama, you haven't eaten something yet?" "Yes. Breakfast is very important, Kageyama. Go eat something first, you might pass out later. Coach might be angry too, and you never want sensei to get worried." Everyone starts to reminisce about the time they pranked Takeda sensei on his birthday and acted like everyone got food poisoning. It was just supposed to be a funny prank, but Takeda sensei ended up crying and everyone immediately stopped acting like they were in pain and went to Takeda sensei and comforted him. Coach Yukai was the one who was the most guilty since he knows how sensitive his soulmate is and he still allowed the team to do the prank. "You should eat something first." "That's right, go to the cafeteria and eat something before going to the gym." "I'll go with you, Kageyama-kun." "Great, we'll get going now." Suga waves goodbye to the two and leaves the club room with Daichi. Soon after, Asahi, Tanaka, and Nishinoya also leave the room and it's just Kageyama and Hinata in the club room. They finish dressing themselves up and also leave the room. They also saw Tsukishima and Yamaguchi on their way downstairs. "Hello Yamaguchi, hello Tsukishima. Hello Hinata, hello to you too Kageyama." Tsukishima just ignored Hinata while Kageyama simply waved hello to Yamaguchi. They walked past each other and Yamaguchi even tried to get Tsukishima to say hello to the two, but he eventually gave up when he just got ignored. Kageyama and Hinata then started walking to the cafeteria, while once again, talking about random things. "Oi Kageyama-kun." "What?" "Suo, what did you say to that girl that confessed to you yesterday?" "I rejected her." Why?" "I just don't like her." "Why though?" "What do you mean why?" "She's the prettiest girl in our year." "So?" Hinata grabs his hair in frustration and Kageyama just looks at him with weirded eyes. "What do you mean so?" "Okay, she's pretty, but that's it. I don't see anything special with her." "Ugh, you're such a nerd Kageyama-kun." "I'm not a nerd you dumbass. Besides, I like someone else." Hinata abruptly stops walking and Kageyama's heart drops. You like someone Kageyama-kun?" Kageyama flinched and glanced at Hinata, who had a shocked expression painted on his face. No. Kageyama started to walk fastly to try and get away from Hinata, but of course, the shorter boy still caught up. "Who is it Kageyama-kun? Can you tell me? I can't believe that you have someone that you like." Kageyama stopped walking and looked back to Hinata, who was jumping in joy. Kageyama angrily stared at him and Hinata was just grinning in anticipation. "Suo, who is it?" Kageyama squints his eyes and lets out a sigh. "Do you really want to know who?" Hinata nods. "Fine." Hinata beams a bright smile and Kageyama quickly looks to his side to hide his almost blushing face. "But in return, I will never set to you again." Hinata's eyes widened. He, acting as if he heard nothing, immediately walked past Kageyama while swaying his arms side to side. After walking for a few seconds, Hinata looked back to Kageyama, who was still standing at the same place as earlier. "Come on Kageyama-kun, you need to eat something." Hinata waved over to Kageyama and started humming while still swaying his arms. Kageyama slightly giggled and caught up to Hinata and walked beside him. A few moments after, they arrived at the cafeteria and Kageyama let out a sigh of relief when he saw that the place wasn't crowded. It's not like he hates crowded places, he's just in a hurry since he doesn't want to waste any time on other things, other than playing volleyball. Kageyama bought some yakisoba buns and 2 cartons of milk. On the way back, Hinata was drooling while watching Kageyama eat, so the taller boy didn't have a choice. He did have a choice, but you can say that Hinata is a special case, but to give him a piece of the sandwich, which he devoured very quickly. After eating and drinking, the two started to walk at a very fast pace until they got to the gym. They didn't want to run since Takeda-sensei taught them about having bad stomach aches when you run after eating, so they walked to the gym, and when they arrived, everyone except for them were already there. They hurried inside and noticed that everyone was sitting in front of Coach Yokai and Takeda-sensei, who were both standing side by side. Kageyama and Hinata walked over to the back, beside Yamaguchi and Tsukishima, and sat there. Kageyama, have you eaten already? Yes, sensei. That's great. Takeda-sensei beams a smile and glances at Coach Yokai. Okay, now that everyone is here, me and sensei have something to announce. Everyone's eyes suddenly widened and they all tensed up. Coach Yokai looked at them with furrowed brows and his legs almost collapsed when he realized what the team were thinking. Takeda-sensei didn't have an idea though, so he wasn't suffering as much as Yokai. No, me and sensei are not getting married, so stop having expressions like that. Everyone had mixed emotions after hearing that. Some let out a sigh of relief, some were very disappointed, and some didn't really care. Some also tried to find if there were any engagement rings on their fingers, while the clueless Takeda-sensei blushed so hard and turned around to cover his face. You two better tell us if you're engaged already. Yeah, we want to attend the wedding. Shut up you two. Tanaka and Nishinoya covered their mouths while the others except for Tsukishima were just quietly giggling at them. Coach Yokai let out a deep breath and tried to gather his composure. Takeda-sensei also did the same, but his face is still beet red. So, what I was going to say before you all started giving me weird eyes was... Coach Yokai closes his eyes and lets out a deep sigh once again before giving Takeda-sensei a tap on the shoulder and then sitting on the bench behind them. So as we all know, or most of us know, tomorrow is the 45th anniversary of the school. Everyone started clapping and cheering. So that means that there will be no classes and the third years are also going to open their stalls. Because of that, Yokai-kun and I asked the principal if we can practice today all day and he said yes. Everyone started cheering once again except for Tsukishima, who really doesn't give a damn. The other 2 years except for Tanaka and Nishinoya were also just soullessly clapping because they can't imagine themselves practicing all day under someone named Yokai. So that means we're going to practice all day, except for the third years since they need to prepare for tomorrow. Okay, that's it for the announcement. Now start doing stretches. Everyone stood and went to their designated places and partners and started doing stretch-ups. It was magical. Nishinoya exclaimed while talking about the time when he realized that his soulmate was Asahi. After 20 minutes of just stretching, they all started doing their own drills. They all started with the spiking and blocking drills. Of course, just like any other day, Hinata got stuck to the net once again while trying to show off. After those drills, they continued to do serving and receiving drills. Yamaguchi and Kinoshita successfully delivered more than 5 float serves and it made the two really happy. Nishinoya and Daichi, who were the one receiving the serves, were also very proud of them. Kageyama, Asahi, and Tanaka also practiced doing their jump serves, and just in time when Tanaka was about to serve, Kyoko and Yachi entered the gym. Tanaka had fire in his eyes when he saw his girlfriend, and when he spiked the ball to the other side perfectly, he stripped off his shirt and started swaying it in circles while screaming endlessly. Daichi only yelled at Tanaka to stop when he saw Hinata almost on the verge of doing the same thing. After that, they went on to do diving drills. This is the drill that they hate the most since it brings them back to that training camp in Tokyo. It was fun and all, not until they had to do another diving drill cause they lost a match. They ran 3 laps after that and Coach Yokai finally gave them a short break. They're all taking a break in groups. The first years including Yachi, Nishinoya, and Tanaka are in a group as well. Inashita, Kinoshita, and Narita were in their own little bubble, and the third years including Kyoko are also in a group, talking about what their classrooms are going to do for the foundation day tomorrow. They were just talking about a lot of random things, and that's when the topic of soulmates, which was brought by Hinata, came up. Really, Noya-san? Yeah, I just saw this red light connecting me and Asahi-san. Whoa, that's really cool, Hanoya-san. Nishinoya grinned. How about you, Yamaguchi? Aren't you soulmates with Tsukishima? Yamaguchi flinched in surprise and Tsukishima just glared daggers at Hinata. Yes, that's right, Hinata. Can you tell us how that happened? Oh, sure. Tsukishima suddenly whispered something to Yamaguchi. Tsukishima then stood up and left the gym. Where is he going? Oh, to the bathroom. Tsuki kinda hates talking about these sorts of things since he gets shy, so he tends to avoid it. Does Tsukishima-kun not like talking about his love for our Yamaguchi-kun? Oh no, that's bad news. Tanaka and Nishinoya were acting like the worst thing had just happened while wiping some non-existent tears on their faces. Yamaguchi just laughed at them. It's not like that, Tanaka-san. He's just really shy. So, how did it happen? What did you give to him? Oh, it's something dumb really. Oh come on Yamaguchi, what is it? I gave Asahi-san my hair dye and I still don't know how that is so important to my life. Yamaguchi just chuckled and continued to hesitate. I gave him my backpack. Your what, backpack? Yeah. Is it the same backpack he's using right now? Yamaguchi nods. Wow, no wonder why you two have the same one but in different colors. That's so cute Yamaguchi. Really? Yeah, how about Stingy's Hima, what did he give to you? Oh, I can't tell you about that. Why? He doesn't want me telling people that. Yamaguchi laughed apologetically and Hinata just pouted at him. Kageyama was softly patting him in the back but it was too soft for Hinata to even notice. Shoyo, why are you curious? About our soulmates though? Oh well. Does our incredible decoy already have his soulmate? No, not yet. Then why are you asking us? Hinata bites his bottom lip and quickly glances at Kageyama before looking back at the three. Just because. Let's go, I want to practice more. Hinata ran off and started jumping around Coach Yokai while asking him to restart the practice. Kageyama also stood up and was about to walk over to Hinata and also ask Coach Yokai to restart the practice when he noticed Tanaka, Nishinoya, and Yamaguchi smirking at him. Yachi, who was quiet the whole time, was also smiling at him. It's almost as if they were telling him, "Good luck Kageyama-kun, you can do this. You picked a great one Kageyama, don't let him go. We're all rooting for you. No need to hold back. Kageyama, you can do this." But of course, Kageyama is too dense to get all of those messages, so he just bows at them and walks over to Coach Yokai and Hinata. What were those for? "7 p.m. Good job everyone, go home and eat something, and also don't forget to relax your muscles, you all worked hard today. Also, don't forget to support your senpais tomorrow, okay?" Everyone chanted "Okay sensei." Good, you're all dismissed, goodbye everyone. Everyone started saying their goodbyes and went to the club room one by one. Kageyama and Hinata wanted to practice more, but since it's already nighttime, Coach Yokai didn't allow them. Yachi wanted to go home by herself, but Takeda-sensei didn't allow that, so he and Coach Yokai went with her to the bus station. Now they're all in the club room, except for the third years. While changing their clothes, the third years already went away earlier and are preparing for their stall tomorrow. Who wants to go with me to help our senpais with their stalls? I'll go with you, Noya-san. Tsuki, can we go? You can go, but I'll pass. Oh, okay. I want to go too. Do you want to go too, Kageyama-kun? Kageyama looks at Hinata and he immediately looks away when he sees Hinata's puppy eyes. Sure. Yay, let's go. How about you guys? I'm exhausted. I need rest. Tell Daichi-san I'm sorry. How about you, Shikara? Oh sure, Teru's supposed to come over tonight, so he's actually coming here to Karasuno, but he said that there's traffic. I hope he gets stuck there. Excuse me? Hey, you can't blame me, he was being a creep towards Kyoko-san. I don't see any difference between the two of you, so don't act all innocent. Hey, that's rude. Whatever. Okay, stop fighting now. Yeah, Terushima-san has changed Tanaka-san. He's a good person now. You think so, Shoya? Yeah. Tanaka, while nodding his head, pulled Hinata into a hug and pat his back. Okay, I believe you, Shoya. Let's go. They all went out of the club room and Inashita locked the room after everyone left. They went to the school building of the third years, except for Narita and Kinoshita. Inashita also didn't end up going since Terushima suddenly appeared out of nowhere. When they were about to enter the building, there was some tension built between Tanaka and Terushima, but Inashita was there to calm Terushima down and Nishinoya and Hinata were there to stop Tanaka from punching anyone. While Tsukishima, who said that he'll pass, ended up going with them since Yamaguchi has been giving him a lot of signals, so, it was all of the first years, Tanaka and Nishinoya who went inside the school building. They went to the third floor and were about to knock at Daichi's and Shuga's classroom, but they were stopped by Asahi. Oh, everyone, why are you here? Hello Asahi-san, we wanted to help. The door in front of them then slides open, revealing Daichi and Sugawara who were covered in paint. Oh, hello everyone. Why are you guys here? We wanted to help. Out? Oh, thanks, but we can't let you guys do that. Why? Our teachers won't let us. Aw, that sucks. Sorry guys, thank you though. Well, we're gonna go then, good luck to you all. Thanks Noya. Tell Kyoko-san I love her. We sure will. We're going to support you tomorrow, senpais. Thanks Hinata. After that, they all went out of the building and started walking home. Nishinoya still insisted on helping, but he eventually gave up when Asahi gave him a goodbye kiss on the forehead. Tsukishima also wanted to say what a waste of time out loud, but Yamaguchi stopped him from doing so. Hinata was still pouting and Kageyama was yawning. They all walked away from the school quietly and they eventually separated when they reached Coach Yokai's store. Yamaguchi and Tsukishima went a different way, Nishinoya and Tanaka went to a different road, and Kageyama and Hinata also went to a different turn. They were all at different places, but they were talking about the same thing, almost. Nishinoya and Tanaka were talking about. You think Kageyama and Hinata are really soulmates? Probably, it's gonna suck if they're not. True, I really hope they are. Well, you can't cheat destiny, so. If they're not soulmates, we can't do anything about it. Yeah. They're a great pair, I hope it works out for them. Yeah, I'm praying. While Tsukishima and Yamaguchi. Kageyama likes Hinata, right? Maybe. And Hinata likes Kageyama. I think so, I don't really care. I'm so nervous for them, I hope their relationship turns out well. Sure. It's going to be a bummer if they don't end up together. What's gonna be a bummer is if you don't stop talking about them. Ha ha ha, I'm sorry Tsuki, I didn't know that I was being too noisy. No, I like your stories, not the great kings and shrimpies. Yamaguchi smiled and giggled a little. Okay Tsuki. And of course, Kageyama and Hinata are talking about. Kageyama-kun, do you want to go to the foundation day tomorrow with me? Sure. Yay. Oh by the way, are you okay Kageyama-kun? Huh. You look very. What? Constipated, do you want to take a dump? Kageyama grabs Hinata by the collar with a furious expression. What the fuck did you say? What? I'm sorry Kageyama-kun, forgive me. Kageyama lets go of Hinata and lets out an angry puff. You really have anger management issues huh, Kageyama-kun? Kageyama gives Hinata another pissed glance and the shorter boy jumps in fear. Hinata, knowing what was about to happen, closed his eyes and scrunched his shoulders. Kageyama raised his hand and was about to smack Hinata in the head but instead. Hinata says when he felt a hand petting his head. He looks up to Kageyama and sees the boy looking at him with a soft expression. Kageyama runs his hand through Hinata's soft locks, the latter purred as he felt the taller boy's hand on his head. Kageyama-kun. Kageyama realizes what he just did and immediately bonks the shorter boy's head and angrily waddles away from Hinata who was still confused about what just happened. Hey, Kageyama-kun, wait for me. Hinata ran after Kageyama and bugged him endlessly about why Kageyama did that to his head. That was until they had to go their own ways. Goodbye Kageyama-kun, see you tomorrow. Yeah. They both separated ways and Kageyama was taking long strides with a pink blush on his cheeks. Shit, I need to stop being so obvious. Hello everyone, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I'm sorry if the writing style is shit. I had the plot in my mind but I couldn't just turn it into words properly. Anyways, love y'all, bye.